Yo!
Once upon a time, there was a town where everybody was happy. Everyone in this town was so happy because they had things called warm fuzzies that they liked to exchange with each other. Every child was given a warm fuzzy on their first birthday, and their parents told them that the way to be truly happy was to share your warm fuzzies with anybody who needed it. So whenever they passed each other on the street, they would exchange warm fuzzies, and it made them feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. Fuzzy for you, fuzzy for me, hanging on your neck for the world to see. Everybody in this town loved to be warm and fuzzy, except for the residents of a castle atop a mountain at the edge of town. There lived an evil wizard and his creepy, creepy henchmen. The evil wizard and the henchmen hated the idea of everyone being happy and warm and fuzzy all the time, so they devised an evil scheme to make everyone feel not so warm and fuzzy. They came to town one day and found the youngest villager, and the evil wizard went up to the little girl and asked her, "Little girl, why are you giving all of your warm fuzzies away?"
Little girl, why are you giving away all your warm fuzzies?
The little girl responded with, "Because when I give away my warm fuzzies, I feel all warm and fuzzy inside."
Because when I give them away, I feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
The wizard and the creepy henchmen were astonished. The wizard asked the little girl, "But child, don't you know that if you give away all your warm fuzzies, you'll eventually run out, and then you will no longer feel warm and fuzzy inside?"
But child, don't you know if you give them away, you won't have any left and you will no longer feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Reach it.
This made the little girl very scared, so she went home and hid her warm fuzzy underneath her bed. And then the next time her friend asked her for a warm fuzzy, she lied and said she was all out.
Not anymore, sorry.
This, in turn, made everyone stop giving away their warm fuzzies. Other children also began putting their warm fuzzies under their bed, but little did they know, when warm fuzzies aren't exchanged, they turn into cold pricklies. I'm more than some fuzz, I'm more than a ball, I'm a fuzz ball, a fuzzy, fuzzy fuzz ball. They all felt very sad and lonely because they weren't giving away their warm fuzzies, until one day, a stranger rode in on her noble steed. She saw everyone and how sad they were, and she asked the smallest girl, "Why are you so sad, little girl?"
Why are you so sad, little girl?
The little girl told the stranger the tale of the wizard atop the mountain, and how he told her that if she continued to give away all of her warm fuzzies, she would run out and no longer feel warm and fuzzy. The stranger responded with, "But if you don't give away your warm fuzzies, how can you feel warm and fuzzy inside?"
But if you don't give away your warm fuzzies, how can you feel warm and fuzzy inside?
The little girl thought about what the stranger said. She thought and contemplated, and then she tried meditation, and then she was like, "Wow, I'm pretty thirsty," so she went and got a glass of milk, and then she drank some of that milk, and then continued meditating, then she finished the glass of milk, and she was like, "Wow, I'm so thirsty, I'm gonna go get me some more milk," so then she got some more milk, continued meditating, and then she finally came to the conclusion that the only way she could be truly happy was to give away her warm fuzzies. And the stranger, seeing that her job was now completed, rode off into the sunset on her unicorn. And then her unicorn became a Pegasus, and she flew off into the sun and created a beautiful rainbow in the sky. The little girl went back home and took her warm fuzzy, which was now a cold prickly, out from under her bed, and she tried to give it to her friend. At first, the friend was hesitant and tried to push it away, but upon doing so, it turned back into a warm fuzzy, and it made them both feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. I heard a stranger, here he was,
He told us not to fear because sharing turns cold pricklies to warm fuzzies. He took a strand, he took it down. Suddenly we lost our frown. The villagers all felt so warm and fuzzy. Warm and fuzzy. Warm and fuzzy. Warm and fuzzy. Warm and fuzzy.
The children of the village found themselves to feel warm and fuzzy again and decided that they were going to go visit the evil old wizard on top of that mountain.
Oh, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
When they got there, the wizard was astonished to see that they were once again giving away their warm fuzzies and asked them, "Why are you once again giving away your warm fuzzies?"
Wow, once again, are you giving away your warm fuzzies?
The little girl told the wizard the story of the rainbow stranger from a town nearby, and how the rainbow stranger told the little girl that you will never run out of warm fuzzies, for warm fuzzies are happiness, and happiness will never run out as long as you share your happiness with those who need it. The children saw how sad and evil the henchman and the wizard felt, and so they decided that they would give them warm fuzzies, and upon doing so, they no longer felt evil, but rather warm and quite fuzzy. The evil wizard was no longer evil. He then became Gandalf the Greybeard. And the creepy henchman was no longer so creepy and was now the slightly less creepy henchman. To share their gift of warmth and fuzziness with the neighboring villages. Villages. That was the word. And so they went off village after village to share their warmth and fuzziness with the townspeople. And when they went from one village and saw that their job was done, they went to the next village and the next village, and they even made it to Cleveland, Ohio, because as we all know, Cleveland needs some warmth and fuzziness of its own. And they all lived happily ever after. The end.
And after all, you're my fuzzy ball. I'm fuzzy and I know it. 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 Fuzzy and I know it. I'm fuzzy and I know it.
I'm fuzzy and I know it.
I'm fuzzy and I know it. I'm fuzzy and I know it.
The kids.